Hey everybody, welcome to the Ronline Report. Today's guests, you know him, you love him, you can't live without him. Derek Lunsford. How are you, Derek?
What's up, Ron? Thanks for having me on, man. I appreciate it.
Oh, absolutely. It's probably I meant to have you on last week, but
Yeah.
man,
What an
sorry.
intro, though. What an intro.
I was going to say the Ayatollah of Rock and Rolla, but that's played
That's
out.
kind of cool too. Yeah.
It's from the original Road Warrior movie. So wow, you're back in Florida.
Yeah, for a couple days.
A couple days, and you're going back. What are you going to Indiana, or you got traveling somewhere else?
Dude, Ron, I have been nonstop, and I'm talking like in Vegas. I did like 4 foot. Oh, I talked to you at the seminar. Remember, that's the last time I saw you. The Superstar seminar on Sunday. At that time, I think I only had like 4 hours of sleep that whole weekend. I had done a couple photo shoots. By the end of the weekend, by Tuesday, I only had about 6 hours of sleep because I booked myself full, and I did 4 photo shoots, seminars, interviews. I mean, I was literally nonstop. And then I went from Vegas straight to New York, or New Jersey, that is. Spent a full week out there doing photo shoots, training videos, and everything for Animal, which is one of my sponsors. Right. And finally was able to make it back Sunday night to Tampa, which then I turn around Thursday, I go back to Indiana.
Oh, wow. Well, at least you're not going off to like Russia or Kuwait or some weird-ass place.
No, but this is, hey, look, man, like people are like, you need to slow it down or you need to this. I'm like, look, I signed up for this. This is what, as an aspiring bodybuilder a couple of years ago, as an amateur, I wanted to do this work. Like, to me, it's not work. I just love doing what I do, you know?
I mean, if you have to do the photo shoots and the video shoots when you're in this kind of shape, you can't take like a month off and then come back and do it. You're not going to look the same.
This is the time to do it if you're going to do it, you know?
All right. Okay, so I'm going to jump right into this, Derek Lunsford.
Let's do it. I expect nothing less.
Of course. Okay, so you've heard all the talk, all the critics, all the armchair critics, the Monday morning quarterbacks. So Friday afternoon, early afternoon was your judging for 212, and you were just a little bit off. There was a little bit of film or something. So everyone's been wanting to know what happened. Did you overcarb? Did something wacky happen at the last minute?
You know what's funny? I'm just going to reverse it back to you, and I'm going to say it like this. Yeah. What other athlete, not other 212er, not other bodybuilder, not other men's division, what other athlete got criticized as much as I did?
I can't think of anybody.
Like even close.
No, I mean, we had guys that were defending Olympia champions that lost their title.
Right.
And they didn't even get slammed. But boy, did you get slammed.
There was only, and from what I saw, there was only one person that the whole weekend got criticized like that, and that was me. And so, and let's take it back to the 212. Was there any criticism for any other athlete?
I don't remember any. As far as I'm, everyone just said praise.
There was no critiques, no negative, no. He could have been better here or there. None, zero. Now let me ask you this.
Yeah.
Who said it best? They only criticize the best.
Here's the thing, Derek. You had
Phil Heath.
Phil Heath, you said that? Okay. Now we're quoting Phil Heath. Quotable quotes. But, there was so much expectations on you. Here's the thing. You could have showed up looking absolutely perfect, and people would be like, well, he's supposed to look like that anyway. And if you're off, they say, what the hell? This kid's got all the genetics and all that. It's like Flex Wheeler used to say, he couldn't win because if he looked great and won a show, they'd say, well, he's supposed to win anyway. You're this great Flex Wheeler. If you lost, they're like, how could you lose? What's wrong with you lazy bum? With those genetics, you're Flex Wheeler. You should never lose. So it's right. It's one of those things.
Look, we all created hype. It's something it's good for the sport. I mean, it's good for ourselves, but it's good for our sport. And I'm not trying to say that I created nonsense hype, but I did create a lot of hype, because I put myself out there, right? But I just thought it was funny how nobody else got criticized nearly like I did. So anyway,
I have a theory on why you get. I have another theory on why you get criticized so much. It's because you try to keep this whole positive frame of mind, and you speak positive things. And
people just want to see me tick. And the thing is if I allow that, it's only going to affect my life. And I don't want to be negative. I want to be positive. I mean, I still have a smile on my face right now, right? Yeah. I want my life to be happy. And it has been the last several years. And I don't know. It's kind of under my control if I let things get to me or not. And the word poise has come up so much in the last week or two that people have said, you have such great poise through the hype and the hate, and I think that's one of the best words to describe how I am and how I've been is just poised through it all, because and like I said, letting too much hype get to you, you can be this cocky, put yourself on a pedestal, arrogant. That's not who I want to be. If you let negativity get to you, then obviously that's gonna bring you down in your own life, and I don't want that to be my life either. So let's go back to your actual
real question. What are you, Kai Green now, dodging all the real questions? I shouldn't say
I need
that.
To be all more philosophical and things, but
we're trying to get an interview with Kai, so I better. I'm gonna only say, I love you, Kai. We all love you. Okay, so yeah.
And, hey, if he's watching my interview right now, I feel honored.
Dude, he's the man. I'm still crying that he hasn't been in the Olympia for the past 5-6 years.
All right. But so what was wrong with me at prejudging? Well,
what happened?
I don't think there was much that really did happen. I think that honestly, I was holding a little bit of extra water, and it was because we wanted to come in a little bit fuller. But at the same time, James and I talked about it. James Brown, my coach, we talked about it, and the day before, I'd done nothing different 2 days prior than I did the day prior. Really, I ate a little bit extra food, but everything else was the same. I came in so bone dry for check-ins and weigh-ins. Like, I didn't have to manipulate anything. I just came in. I was dry. I was good to go. Yeah. And we added just a little bit of extra food in, and it seemed like that made me hold a little extra water, which was expected. We wanted to come in a couple pounds heavier and be full as a house, and I think we achieved that to the T. Now, whenever I was backstage, I have to be honest, I've never felt pressure in my life. I've never been nervous, never felt pressure, even other Olympias. But I think I put some pressure on myself at the very end because of how smooth things went in this prep and how on point I knew I was. I think I kind of got in my own head that I was like, man, I'm ready to show the world. Not being cocky or nothing like me versus my competitors. I want to show the world how much work I put in and how good I can be, like, for myself. Not like, again, not putting down anyone else. I just want to be considerably better than I was the year before. I had something to prove to myself and everyone else that was said the year before, oh, he was flat, oh, he just wasn't on point. So I said, okay, things are so on point right now that, like, it almost like got to me. I was like, man, like, this is good, like, this is awesome, right? And so I backstage maybe got a little bit nervous, and I think that's what maybe kind of spill a little water, that's one theory. And also,
cortisol release.
Yeah, okay. So I think maybe that was a little bit of it, was that, like, I was excited to the point where I was like almost made me nervous, and almost like, and then there was never any question of like, was I on point or anything. It was just like, wow, I can't wait to show the world all the work that I put in, because everything has just went so awesome, and I put so much, time and effort into this, and people have supported me, and just all of that. I was just like ready to go, but I think that my mind kind of got to me the last second. So that's the only thing I can think of that maybe I could have tried to control better. And then, like I said, like with the day before, how I was already dry, we didn't do much different for the next day for prejudging.
Yeah.
Once I got under the lights and things, the heat of the stage, the lights, I think also kind of affected me as I was posing, because I wasn't doing a whole lot of posing outside in the sun. I was a little bit, but I was mostly, posing leading up to prejudging inside, where it was comfortable, air conditioning, and it was easy. But if I went outside, so okay, between prejudging and finals, I went outside to pose where it was hot, sunny, and I was spewing water. And it
was like 104 degrees out that day.
And that's kind of why we didn't do that for prejudging, right? Yeah. So between prejudging and finals, people were saying, oh, he was holding too much water, this and that. So we're like, okay, if you want to see us dry and much more improved tonight, you're going to see it. So I posed much more, and I posed outside where it's hot. I spewed all the water. I actually had to get another tan because my tan was just drenched and coming off like crazy. So that's why you see me come in way better. I dropped, like I said, 4 or 5 pounds for the night show, and I came in considerably better. So that's what went wrong. which, like I said, I am very, very proud of what we brought, because I know what we brought was, if you look at last year, the year before, I have made tremendous progress for myself. Like I said, this is not to me to boast. This is not to me to or anything like that. It's just, this is the work I put in, and this is the result that I got. And I hope that can inspire other people that sees me and goes, okay, yeah, he really has transformed and progressed every single year, every single show. And again, not to compare myself with my competition or say I should have won this and that. I just know I was nearly at my best. So for all the criticism that I got, that it was just a disappointment or he was so off, I don't even believe it. Like at first it got to me at finals. I thought, man, why do I keep coming off? And then after looking back, I go, nah, people are just trying to get in my head, especially not you, Ron, but there's other medias out there that have tried to bring me down, and nah, it's not going to happen. I have too much support behind me. There's too many people that care about me, that really are behind me, that I'm doing this all for them, and that's what means the most. I know I'm rambling, keep going on, but
okay.
I got to tell you one more thing, man, is that's what did bother me the most as far as the placings, was not the fact that I didn't earn that title for myself, is because I literally had a lump in my throat, like bawling, the whole weekend, because I felt like I let people down. And then I realized that when everybody said, you have not let anyone down, you gave your all, we're proud of you. That right there, we are proud of you, or I am proud of you, or you inspire me. That's what I do it for. And you know what, Ron? I inspired and motivated more people this last weekend than I ever have in my life by placing second. And I think that had I gotten first, it would not make nearly as the impact that I made that weekend. So for that, I'm actually thankful for the placings.
Well, they call you a mini Jay Cutler. So a lot of people like to.
That's an honor too.
It is. I mean, I know some people get all offended that they get compared to other people, but it's structurally, there's a lot of things about you that remind me. And Jay built his career taking second place to Ronnie Coleman. He built his entire fan base in those years, was it 4 years in a row, that he took second to Ronnie. And by the time he was Mr. Olympia, he had this crazy following all around the world because they love underdogs.
Look, I'm not trying to sit here and say like I want to play second. Like I wanted that title. I still did. But I look at it as like a blessing in disguise, man. Is that like, people can now relate to me also. It's like now I'm having to overcome adversity, and to be honest, Ron, like when you're smacked in the face with something like that, like I can truly say at the moment I was devastated. Your true colors shine. Yeah. And what was really, really awesome was that so did everybody else's. Everyone that supported me or who I thought supported me, their true colors shine too. So I know that I have the greatest support in this world, and I would not trade this for nothing.
Okay, so
until next year when we're coming back for the title.
So, you got knocked, but your coach James also got knocked because now they think James is incompetent, doesn't know what he's doing, terrible coach. This should have been an easy win for Derek, and they're pointing fingers. A lot of times, if you're a coach, that you got to expect that people are going to blame you for the win, they're going to blame you for the loss. I mean, do you think that was fair that people have been slamming James?
Nope, and I'm going to tell you why. First and foremost, like I said, I stand behind James. He has gotten me to where I am today. My loyalty to this guy is incredible. He's like a brother to me. Now, granted, if I felt like that there was ever a point where I was being held back by anyone or anything, I would take the appropriate measures to be my best, whatever that might be. But most of the people that are saying James this, James that, they're other coaches. Imagine that, right? Or they're at least wanting to maybe put their input in to maybe give me some input and coach me or something. I don't know. But
I mean, it's not unheard of.
And then the other thing is this, like I said, there's been other media outlets that have and I'm not saying just the bodybuilding media. There's other platforms out there in the media that have a big following. So as soon as they plug, what was wrong with him at prejudging? Then that whole following says, oh, Derek sucks and he's off and this and that. I'm like, so at first when it's in the moment, you're thinking, whoa, like everybody says I'm off, so I must be off. And well, I did everything I was supposed to do. So why is James like not able to bring me in? And then you look back and you go, wait a second. that was just all hype in the other direction. And all the hype that was going for me before the Olympia is now kind of hype going the other way. And so I was like, nah, it's just all like a mind game in my opinion. So like I said, I stand behind James, and we already have plans for the future.
Yeah. So I'm curious because you did look so much better Friday night for the finals. I didn't see the score sheets. Did you? Did you see the score sheets and how you were placed in the daytime versus the nighttime? Did you make up
Yeah,
ground?
yeah, it was the exact same score.
Really?
There was no point difference at all.
Huh.
So
Wow.
I'll say this, Ron. I have always respected the judges' opinions and the scoring, and I will continue to do that. If that's what they saw and that's what's on the score, there's nothing I can do about it. I'm not going to complain. I'm not going to say that it should have went the other way. You
Yeah.
can absolutely make an argument for me winning this Olympia. I think there's a lot of people that had that in pretty hands down, but I have talked to some of the judges, and they did say that I could have been a bit sharper. So you know what? Next year, that's our plan, is to be even better than we was this year. And given a full year of training and learning from the past, I think we will be, and I know we will be.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know if you realize I got slammed. I don't care that I get slammed all the time because I said I was doing the play by play and I had you winning because it's a physique contest. So I'm not gonna say the judges didn't get it right either. You know, whatever.
Yeah,
Congratulations to Kamal. Kamal is a fantastic competitor.
absolutely, absolutely.
Uh, Structure, size, shape. You know, you're a better bodybuilder. Condition, muscle maturity. He was the better bodybuilder that day. So where
What
do you go? What do you do? What do you?
I'll tell you this, Ron. I've always believed that the most complete bodybuilders should win the show, and I was as complete as I possibly could be, minus, like you said, like maybe the muscle maturity or something, or the water. I could have maybe been a little bit more conditioned, maybe. That was my biggest critique, was water and conditioning. But if you actually look at it, like let's nitpick now. If you look at each little body part, right? Whether it be the chest, the glutes, the hamstrings, the quads, the abs, the obliques, the whatever you have it. The only thing that was ever mentioned was the fact that my upper body was a little bit soft, right?
Mm-hmm.
Well, one thing was my fault. I should have been posing harder and been posing better. So that's another thing I critiqued from prejudging to finals, was I was actually hitting my most muscular, my abdominal and thigh poses better than I was at prejudging.
Mm.
Again, along with the drier look.
Yeah.
Now, if you look at some of my other competitors, where are their weaknesses? Some of them had, softer glutes than they did obliques, and smaller hamstrings and legs than, so it's like, if you want to say muscle maturity and shredded obliques win shows, then there you have it. But if you want to talk about being a complete bodybuilder, then I think you can also make an argument for other competitors too.
Yeah.
To place higher, and I don't want to be specific, like me versus this guy or this. I just think that, if you look at each body part and you say, okay, well, this guy was a little soft here and the other guy was shredded there. Okay, well, what about the other body parts? Let's look at the glutes and the hamstrings. Who had the most shredded glutes and hamstrings on stage? Then who had the most shredded back on stage? You know what I'm saying? So it's like, why are we only focused on like one little area when it's actually a bodybuilding and physique show, when it's the most complete? Like I said, I'm not sitting here complaining and saying I should win. I'm thankful for the weekend, and I'm excited for next year. The weekend, by the way, the changes that were made, the small changes and the big changes made for the Olympia weekend were incredible. Like, as an athlete, I can stand behind the production, the whole team. They did a phenomenal job, and I'm super happy.
See, I saw it from the audience perspective, so I don't know behind the scenes how much better it was. But I thought Dan, Tamara, Angelica did a bang up job with the entire production.
Oh my gosh, I messaged each one of them like several times, and I was like, "You guys absolutely knocked out of the park! Like, congratulations!" Like, I cannot. That was the first year, and with all of like the hiccups that they had to go through, they pulled it off amazing. It was an amazing weekend, right? And I'm like not even thinking about placings. I'm just thinking like the whole weekend was a great weekend. I'm very excited for next year to see what changes they make.
So the other thing people were saying about Friday night was, if Derek had looked like this, as soon as you guys came out Friday night, that was the first thing a lot of people said. They were whispering to each other in the press pit, "Oh, if he looked like this, if Derek looked like this today, he would have won." So do you agree or disagree?
Wait, what is it? What did they say?
Okay.
When was it that I should have
Okay.
won?
So when you came out Friday night, much tighter, you said you were
Oh,
about 5 pounds lighter. The water was all gone. Immediately, a lot of people in the press pit were all looking at each other and whispering, "It's like if he looked like that earlier today, probably would
well,
have won."
it's funny because actually James, if you go onto James's Instagram,
Yeah.
he posted what he thought was pictures from finals.
Mm-hmm.
He did like a collage, like of 3 pictures of me that he thought was from finals.
But they weren't.
Posted it to Instagram. Everybody said, "Man, if he would have just nailed this for prejudging, he would have won the show." Guess what? That was prejudging pictures.
Did you have two different colored trunks on, or how'd they figure it out?
I did. That's why James was like, "Wait a second, this is your dark trunks."
Oh, wow.
But anyway, like I said, like I'm not sitting here complaining. Like I'm very thankful. First of all, I'm very happy with what we brought. Can I be better? Absolutely. Will I be better? Absolutely. I will always continue to progress to the best of my ability, or at least I will give 100% all the time. I will be a gracious winner and gracious loser. Mark my words.
Yeah.
But
Because anybody can be a gracious winner. It doesn't take anything.
That's pretty easy.
You won. Of course you're going to be happy. But I always watch the guys that take second to see what's their reaction, how are they processing it. Obviously nobody's happy to take second, but are you going to be a sportsman? Are you going to be gracious to your opponent and congratulate him? Hug him, whatever. And you did. You congratulated Kamal.
I actually did several times, and it wasn't supposed to be in the public eye. It was supposed to be private. I was never going to mention it, but since you did, there was a couple times I went up to Kamal and his entire crew, whether it be his family or his fans, the guys from Libya. I said, "Congratulations, Kamal." I said, "You should be very happy. You should enjoy this, man." I turned to his crew and I was like, "You guys should all be very proud. You guys should all celebrate and enjoy this, okay? And safe travels home. God bless, guys." That's basically what I don't know exactly what I said, but something like that. Because if I were to win, I would hope that somebody wouldn't sit back and be like, "That's BS. I should have won." Like I do not want to be that guy. I will say, you can make an argument for me.
Right.
Other than that, I want to leave it at that. He won. He's a champ. Congratulations, and I'll see you next year.
I gotta say, you had a tremendous. You took a group picture. It was like 20. It was like looked like about 30 people. How many people were out there for you, roughly?
Ron, I have no idea.
I
Like
mean, I
I'm
didn't even know.
serious. Like I had probably over 100 people there really to watch. Like
Wow.
when I walked out, man, it was me and Flex Lewis. Flex went one way, I went the other way. We were the last two guys in the whole arena. Yeah, we were talking obviously on the way out, and he walks out his door. I walk out my door, and I tell you what, it was so loud. You would have thought that I had won the Olympia. Seriously, you would have thought I would won the Olympia or something because, man, people were screaming, cheering, yelling. And in my head, I'm literally thinking, why? Like, I just placed second. Like, why are you proud? And then I realized it wasn't about the placings. It was about the fact that I gave my all this whole prep, and I finished strong. I gave everything I had, and I even brought the energy to the stage Friday night. I did everything I possibly could, and for that, that's why everybody's proud of me. They don't care about the placings. Matter of fact, they're probably like, "Wow, you're second in the world. Like, that's amazing." And at 26, you're second in the world again. And I'm thinking, yeah, but that's not what I was training for, And so as a competitor, I was thinking that was a loss. But then as time went on, like I said, Ron, I started thinking about the whole weekend. And again, what I talk about my purpose and how I want to inspire people. And I was able to do that much, much greater with how things turned out this time than had I got first. So now if that happens over and over and over again, I think people go, "What? Like, let's go. Come on, finally take it." But like I said, I choose to look at this past weekend as like a blessing in disguise, where I was able to see everyone else's true colors. Everyone else was able to see who I really am whenever I'm thrown adversity. And I think there's more people that can relate to overcoming adversity versus just shooting to the top and being successful. Yeah. So it was something that I was going to say take pride in, but I can take pride in everything over the weekend as far as the placings and stuff, but I'm more or less happy to know that I have a great support system, or just a huge support. And I've also, it was nice that everybody was able to really see who I am as a person too. So
now I got to say, I finally met the rest of your family, the immediate family.
oh my God, I
Scott,
have
your
so
dad,
much. Yeah, I have so much
your
friends and
stepmother. Her
family.
name is Firecracker 123 or something. I don't know what her real name is.
Oh, you did. Yeah, they love you. By the way, they're
Dude,
always
they
talking about
tried to pay for my breakfast at the buffet one. I'm like, you guys are way too
telling you,
nice. You must be from the
my
Midwest or something.
I'm telling you, my family is amazing. This is
Yeah.
so funny. I said this a couple of times and to people, so this isn't the first time I'm saying it, but I went out to dinner with my family and I just sat there. This is after the Olympia, and I said, I'm very thankful that you guys raised me the right way, like they just good morals, good, just, I think raised me right. And from my perspective, at least, I'm
Right.
thankful for all of you. I said, and especially because this weekend, and they looked at me, I said, because I accidentally just did shit right. Because like I said, like your true colors shine when you're thrown
Yeah.
adversity. So you're going to be who you are. I said, so thank you for raising me because I accidentally did shit right this time.
Yeah. I've always, I've only met your mom before, but you
Yeah.
didn't happen by accident. You were these values and this attitude. It didn't come out of thin air.
If
These
I
were,
could be more like them, then I would be winning in life for
yeah.
sure.
I think you are winning in life, Derek. Don't worry about that.
I'm very blessed. Thank you.
So, you're in a good spot, I think. Second in the world for 2 years in a row, 26 years old. Your first NPC show was 4 years ago. Is that right?
Yeah, 2015 Indianapolis
2015.
Championships.
I mean, you were barely 5, 6 years ago. You weren't even lifting weights yet, right?
I made a post and I tagged Phil Heath. I said I'm coming for you.
Ah, I mean,
I
hey,
talked to him
that's
the other day. I told him that. He goes, "Really?" I go, "I
I
was
mean,
ignorant. Don't worry."
oh, I mean, you're gonna stay 212 for a little while, right?
Yeah, I'm definitely. I have to finish what I started, man. I
Okay,
have to
good.
finish what I started.
Because we're seeing all these guys jump ship. I just talked to Keon Pearson. He's already leaving Classic for 212.
Yeah.
Hopefully end of next season he's gonna do a
Hey, he's
show.
a good bodybuilder for sure.
I think it's probably the best move for him because he's got the shape, he's got the muscle bellies,
Yeah, he
you
looks
know.
great.
And I mean, I think I told him, and I don't know if you agree with me or not, but I think 212 needs some more star power
Yeah.
to really give it because classics every 2 seconds another classic pro is minted somewhere. There's so many of them.
And people were complaining about all these divisions and stuff like that, like coming out like when Classic first came out. Oh, another division. Like, come on, guys. This is what I was saying before when people were still on the like why are there's more division? I said these are all stepping stones for us athletes. I mean, I never wanted to look like I told Jim Manion this. I said I never wanted to look like Jay Cutler ever. I thought, like I don't want to be a bodybuilder. You asked James, my coach. I said when I first met him, I was 140 pounds maybe, and I said, if I could be like another 10 or 15 pounds, that's good for me. I don't want to be a bodybuilder. So it's just like a stepping stone for people to progress. Like if once you achieve one goal, it's like you want to set your goal even higher and the pinnacle is the Open in Mr. Olympia. If there wasn't a 212, then you would not know the names of Flex Lewis or Derek Lunsford or any of those guys. Jose Raymond. I mean, that. So I think it's great that competitors are moving up.
Yeah.
Sure.
Do you think the 212 is in any danger of going away? That they're just going to make everyone go to open?
Nope.
No. Okay. Good.
Zero. It's about to get revamped. I think it's about to get really. Well, I mean, you just named a couple guys that are going to the 212 and open. I mean, I think you're going to see people flooding into all divisions.
Yeah.
You're going to see more. You're going to see more amateurs going into Classic and 212, and then eventually maybe the Open. It's just how it's going to work.
We're going to see a ton of Brazilian women killing it in wellness next year.
Yeah.
I keep
Yeah.
getting, I've gotten some heat for this because I said there should be two divisions in wellness, Brazilians and non-Brazilians, but
Yeah.
I
Well,
guess
the Brazilian would take the name of pro. It would be instead of IFBB Pro, it'd be IFBB Brazilian
true.
Wellness.
But that's another division that we're gonna have the Ms. Olympia back next year too. So,
Yeah,
this
that's exciting, right? I've always respected those women. They're the hardest working people on this planet. I swear.
I mean, I started out going to the Ms. Olympia in the early '90s when it was held separately from the Mr. Olympia. It would be like a month later in some other city, and it would
Really?
sell out. They would sell out 5,000 seat
Wow.
venues. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
It's
we can get.
exciting that we're gonna have that back in the new wellness division. And I'm all for growth, Ron. Like I just want to see this community grow and grow and grow. And and I don't think everybody should be given a title as champion, right? I don't think you should be champion here, champion there, but you know, there should be some limitations on things. But I'm all about growing the community, and if we can do that, however, then I'm all for it. You know, as long as it's a positive direction, man, I'm all for it.
So here's my final question:
Oh
Where
boy.
does Derek Lunsford go from here?
Well, I'm gonna go back to Indiana from Tampa right now.
There's your answer, Indiana. Thank you.
Honestly, I really just need to be able to not need to. I like to have balance in my life. I used to not have good balance when it comes to bodybuilding because every day is an opportunity. I want to keep progressing, and what you know, every day that goes by that I'm not sticking to the meal plan, my cardio, my training, I feel like is a day lost. But at the same time, I got to live life at some point, man. So right now, I'm going to, like I said, go back to Indiana this week, spend a couple weeks with the friends and family. I'm going to, you know, I'm still going to be doing the bodybuilding thing as far as like, I already have supplement stores I'm going to be at. There's going to be Columbus, Indiana on October 5th. I will be out there at the Columbus supplement store. Doing an event. It'd be like 10 to 3 or something like that. So I'm still traveling. I'm still going to be at different gyms, different supplement stores. And of course, I'm still going to train because I can't get my butt out of the gym, which I'm actually in the gym right now. I'm just.
Did you take any time off training after the show?
No, I trained the next day.
Didn't you train legs that Sunday after the show?
Yep. After the seminar and after the photo shoot. I don't stop. I'm telling you, I don't stop. That might be my biggest downfall is that I do not stop. But that's why I have good support, you know, around me to say, hey, this is your off season. This is the time that you need to spend a couple weeks away from the scene and just you can still go to the gym, you can still stick to your diet and do what you want, but you need to give back to your friends and family and just be normal for a minute, and then just for a minute, and then I'm right back at it.
I mean, I suggest you go back to the Philippines because.
We're going. I already booked a flight. We're going for 2 weeks. We're going for longer this time.
Yeah, I'm sure you get a little relaxation over there. That can't be bodybuilding 24/7 when you're over there.
If you know the Philippine culture, they don't stop either.
Oh, damn it!
So we have adventures that we do. We went canyoneering last time. You see me jumping off the big cliffs into the water, you know.
Oh no!
You didn't see that? Go to my
no.
It might still be on there, but. Yeah, we went canyoneering where we jumped off like 45 and 60-foot cliffs into the water.
Oh no!
And it's an adventure over in the Philippines, man. But there's some days where we just relax on the beach and stuff. But yeah, man, I like to live life to the fullest. And like I said, if I did not have my friends and family that would say, hey, chill out for a second, live some life, then I don't think I could say I'm really living my life to the fullest. Because I would just be so 24/7 bodybuilding. And so it's good. They let me have my bodybuilding focus when I need to have it. And then they say, okay, time to live some life and be Derek for a minute. So
yeah, I mean, it's good. You have a great support system. I don't think you're going to get a big head anyway, but like Bumstead always talks about
That's family. A good dude too.
His family and friends would never let him, you know, change in any way. They keep him in check every day, keep him grounded. Remember who he is, where he came from, and
I can say the same thing about Brandon Curry or Rolly Winkler or Juan Morel or Cedric. I mean, these are the guys I look up to, not just because of their bodybuilding career and who they are in bodybuilding, but just who they are as a person. Like I was talking to Jay Cutler at the Olympia, and he was just sat down and talked to me for a little bit. And, you know, I told him that's why I admired the most about him, his whole career and me coming up as an aspiring bodybuilder was, I said, I would watch your videos, but I would watch more of your day in the life videos of how you carry yourself and just kind of who you are as a person versus your training videos, you know, because I want to get to know you and who you are and be a better person first so that I can be a better bodybuilder, you know?
He was probably the first or one of the first, if not the first guy who really did share his whole lifestyle with the videos and everything, not just the gym, the training stuff.
Yeah, because you would have like the Dorian Yates, you know, DVDs. You'd have the Ronnie Coleman DVDs, but really it was Jay who started doing more like outside the box social media type stuff. You know.
Now, they changed the way you qualify for the Olympia now. Are you already qualified, or are you gonna have to requalify next year?
They changed it for the classic physique.
Oh, okay.
So the 212 is the same. The top 5 guys are already qualified, which they did already post that. So yes, we are for sure. The top 5 are already qualified. Yeah.
I'd hate to see you have to go win Tampa again, you know?
Uh-oh.
Actually, I wouldn't mind seeing you win Tampa again. It's just, I want you to
Hey,
focus
we'll
on the
see.
Olympia. Yeah.
We'll see about that. I don't know what my plans are for next year.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, it's a little early to say. The Olympia was like 9 days ago. So,
Well, I
okay.
did text James and I asked him if we should do anything else besides the Olympia next year, and he did not respond. I think he's going to give me a couple of months and then probably revisit that question. We'll see.
We got to see if the Rock show that's a month after the Olympia, if that has a 212, why not? Why not?
Oh yeah,
It's
yeah.
the Rock. I mean, come on, it's Dwayne Johnson. Who wouldn't want to be in his
Yep,
show? It's
yep,
going to be a
yep.
cool thing. All right. So
So
I want to encourage everyone. You want to follow along with this man's adventures on a day-to-day basis. Go to Mr. USA 2017.
hey, I changed it. I knew you were going to
You
say
did?
that. I
Oh
changed it.
no! How am I going to
I
find you
know.
now? What is it now?
It's Lunsford_Derek.
Oh, I'm never going to find that.
Just type
Lunsford
in Derek
underscore.
Lunsford.
Okay. Yeah, you thought the Mr. USA thing was getting kind of, it's been a long time.
Well, I had been approached by a couple people about maybe changing it, and I was like, yeah, but I like the Mr. USA, and people that don't know bodybuilding that see it, get excited about it. And then I thought to myself, I can still carry that Mr. USA name with pride. I don't have to put it on my social media to still wear that title,
I gotta find.
So I decided to go with Lunsford_Derek because Derek Lunsford was not available or something.
How many Derek Lunsfords are there, for goodness sake?
That's what I was thinking, man. I'm like,
Here we go. Lunsford.Scott. That's dad, right? Okay. Lunsford_Derek.
yeah.
Cool.
So, yeah, that's my new Instagram. Also, I have DerekLunsford.com. I haven't really promoted that much, but I'm going to start putting a lot more emphasis on my website and my YouTube. So my website and YouTube is just Derek Lunsford on YouTube and DerekLunsford.com. Those should be booming a lot more in the next couple months. I'll be doing a lot more things with that.
Well, now that you're not prepping for the Olympia, you have a little bit more
Yeah.
time to do the
Well,
business of
I have
bodybuilding.
it looks like I'm having a team around me. I say it looks like because I'm still speaking with certain individuals about bringing them on board to help me out with the YouTube and the website and stuff. So regardless, we're gonna be expanding on the website for sure.
Right on. DerekLunsford.com.
There you go.
I'm glad it was available. Sometimes these companies in China will take it, and then you got to give them like $1 million to get the domain name.
Really?
Oh, it happens to people. It's cool.
No,
All right, well,
I got it right away.
well, Derek, good catching up. Gave us you answered all my questions. You didn't dodge anything, and didn't it didn't go
I'm an
your
open
way.
book.
I really wanted you to win, obviously.
Yeah, me too. Thank you, though. Yeah.
People call me whatever, an ass kisser or whatever. But you know what? Was Peter McGuff a Dorian Yates ass kisser? He saw this great talent, and he was a good guy, and he wanted to promote him because he knew this person was going to be somebody in the industry, and he was worth investing the coverage in. And
well,
I think
thank you.
that
And the thing is like I still feel the same way about some of my competitors and some guys in the other divisions. Like I still like look up to them. I admire them because of who they are. Like Brandon Curry is an amazing ambassador as of this last week and a half. I mean, come on, this dude is already on the right track, and I'm so happy to see that he's doing that. Now, there's other guys that I could have rooted for in the Open too as well, and would have been very happy to see win. But the fact that whoever's at the top is leading by example and is, fulfilling that role in a positive way, that's what matters most to me. And I'm competing against these guys. You know what I'm saying? So for you to be a fan of the sport and a journalist, and to have someone that you admire because of who they are and the work they put in, that's not being a fanboy. That's just being appreciative of what they do.
Yeah, I mean, great genetics, great work ethic, great morals. I mean, come on, what's wrong with this? And what's wrong with this picture, guys? Come on.
Thank you, man. And the thing is like I think why people get confused sometimes or want to throw some shade at me is because I am such an open book, and 99.9% of everything that comes out of my mouth is honest, genuine, authentic, transparent, and that is number one to me. And so when I go into my YouTube or my website and I have these ebooks and things like that, that's the number one thing when I'm talking to like my business partners or even like my sponsors like Gasp, Animal, whoever I'm doing business with. I said first and foremost, it has to be honest, transparent, okay? because integrity means the most to me. I can make a quick buck today, but if tomorrow I don't have respect from other people because I just try to make a quick buck, that's not worth it for me. Mm-hmm. Yeah. You know what I mean? I already have, look, man, I have everything I need. God's blessed me with everything I need. Not everything I want, but I have everything I need. And so,
I mean, if most of us really think hard, we all actually have what we need. You know, it's right there.
That's why that trip to the Philippines and South Africa was so amazing last year, is that it opened up my eyes to realize, like, whoa, like we have it really good here, you know? Yeah. Anyway. Yeah. Thank you for having me on, man.
Thank you for coming back on.
Thank you. Yeah.
As always, wishing you the best, and you know, great off season coming up. I expect bigger and better and more improvements, of course. I know you're not going to sleep on that. You're all about the hard work. You're all about blue collar work ethic.
I promise I will always give 100%. I promise.
Yeah. So cool, man. All right. Well, everybody, that's been a Ronline report with Derek Lunsford. Thank you guys for watching, and we will keep you updated with Derek's career in the coming months, of course. So that's all. Keep watching. We appreciate you guys. Thanks.
Thank you.